friends, welcome to the metal shop. You can see by this case here that we have special delivery from China. And you're not going to believe this. This guitar arrived in 5 days, not 5 business days, 5 calendar days. I'm amazed. I thought it was going to take about a month. The guy said fast shipping, and he didn't lie. All right, forgot Cutco knife. So we know it's new gear day, new guitar day here in the metal shop. Always comes out my good luck charm for big purchases like this. And you can tell that it's in a cocoon of styrofoam, which is pretty good. Pretty good method for shipping. So what is in the box? Pretty excited about this latest project here. It's kind of light. It should be heavier than it is. I weighed the entire thing, and it's only, even with the packing, it's only 10 pounds. So, all right, how did we do? Okay. What do we have here? Looking like a Les Paul shaped object. There was some rattling around, hopefully. Yeah, it's like, I don't know what this junk is. Oh, Allen wrenches, this cord that no one ever uses. But this came from China. This was flown into JFK, made a few stops on the way. 5 days. Ordered this guitar 5 days ago. So, yeah, it actually has some decent weight to it. Oh, good. It'll rip it from the bottom. So we'll reveal this from the bottom. Pretty nice looking. Cherry Sunburst. Like I said, Les Paul shaped object. Looks pretty good so far. So what's so special about this? Who cares about this? Well, my friends, check it out. Look at that. We've got the Aldo Nova Chibson, the Explorer headstock, the guitar that I've wanted since I was a little kid. This is amazing. And I was never going to get one. I was never going to pay $15,000 or $20,000 for one of the less than 20 examples that there are out there. This came available. Aldo himself is playing a couple of these. He's got a couple of these that he had modified with Floyd Roses. And as of right now, that is my plan. Floyd this thing. This guitar was very inexpensive. And I have to say, I got my money's worth here. So, yeah, stand by. We'll get this thing on the bench and start tearing it apart. So cool. All right, well, quick little change of plans here. I plugged this thing in. I want you guys to hear what it's sounding like before we put it on the workbench and tear it apart. Little bit microphonic. Impossible to play. I even went and sat across the room without it going completely microphonic. You can turn the treble all the way down and it kind of sort of goes away, but just terrible. Microphonic. Woo! There you go. Let's tear this thing apart. It's not even worth leaving it together like this. The pickups, the hardware, it's all got to go. All right, got the Aldo Nova Les Paul Chibson here on the workbench, and I wanted to show you something real quick. And you can see this with the naked eye. Trogly points it out in his video, but it's obvious that the knobs are not in a standard Les Paul position. They're almost a little squished, more like an SG when they're tighter, and I was going to try and show you that. This is a template that I made directly from my 1970 Les Paul when I was wiring it up with the sustainer and everything else. And I don't know if, can we see that? I'm sure we can. Okay, that one is lined up. Not lined up, not lined up, not lined up. This one is lined up. Oh, this one, those two are lined up. Okay, so maybe it should be like this. That one's close. Got to go this way. That one's got to go that way. But anyway, the best I can do is get the top two lined up. Can't get the back two lined up. Nope. Can't get the front two lined up. So, yeah, that's messed up. Few things. Yeah, Aldo's Instagram post really kind of threw me for a loop, just like it did Trogly. That's why he made the video doing the deep dive into what this was, because I saw the guitar with a Floyd. It appeared recessed. You know, you see the headstock, which is so awesome. And I'm thinking the same thing. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, is that I thought an Epiphone, like Trogly first thought. Is that like a, you know, a new signature model Epiphone that's coming out? Because it just, your mind is telling you something doesn't look right, but you're not really piecing it all together. That's why you're thinking Epiphone. And it's the knobs, it's the blocky, too big pickup, you know, rings. You can look real quick, you can see not Gibson, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, thank goodness for Trogly. Honestly, I didn't even know that Chibson, you know, Chinese makers were making this guitar. It was Trogly that pointed it out for me, and thank God he did, because I saw that and I was like, oh yeah, I have to have that. And you know, got it. And got a really good price on it. And this one came without a lot of them look really clownish. The Cherry Burst can look really clownish, and I picked a guy that had a couple of them that did not look clownish. I'm very, very happy with the results here. Now, Aldo definitely, and he also has two of these. You remember Trogly shows the truss rod cover, and one of them shows a 3-screw truss rod cover, and the other one shows just a 1. And I doubt that he bothered to swap that out. See what I've got for mine. Looking pretty cool. You see how I had them slide the Aldo over as far as they could, because I'm going to cut this off and we've already had a change of plans, my friends. I know that I said in the unboxing that this is getting a Floyd. Well, I put the guitar right in my field of vision, where I sit in my recliner and watch TV up here in the metal shop. And I'm like, I have a lot of Floyded guitars. And putting a Floyd on a Les Paul, it's not that easy. The route in the back has to be stepped. You don't want to take too much away because you're into the pickup cavities. There's a guy on Instagram, very well-known, actually very skilled luthier, who completely butchered a guitar. And I've talked about it before. We're just routing way too much away. And I didn't want to do that. So I thought, you know, what I could do, I have a lot of Floyded guitars. How about the TP6 tailpiece and a Kaler locking clamp? I have that on a couple guitars. And I'm like, yes, that's the answer right there. So it happens, I have a TP6 in my parts drawer. And believe it or not, my friends, this was given to me for free from the parts, my local guitar store years ago. It was out of their parts bin. It was missing all the fine tuners. Excuse me, I'm getting over a little flu, a little cold bug, whatever. I had some little Allen screws in here before I found on eBay someone was selling some really nice reproduction fine tuners. And just so you know, the TP6 won't mount on standard Gibson posts, but you know what it does mount on? Mounts on Gibson, on Epiphone imported posts. I believe this is going to go right on there, no problem. If it doesn't, I have imported posts here in my drawer that will fit. Yeah, TP6, Kaler locking clamp, we're definitely going to do that. I mean, I just can't stress enough how much a guitar like this means to me, guys. Aldo was the guy. I was into Aldo Nova before I started playing guitar, and he probably was the catalyst that pushed me into wanting to play guitar. When that video came out in 1982, it was one of the first record albums that I ever bought. And I think it was the first. It was either that or Loverboy Get Lucky. Go figure. But I in my mind, I want to say it was Aldo Nova self-titled that I bought. Still got it hanging up on the wall over there. My wife has asked me even somewhat recently. She's like, she knows how much I love music and everything else. She's like, what's your favorite favorite song of all time? And without missing a beat, I'm like, Fantasy by Aldo Nova. She's like, really? I mean, because that's kind of an obscure song. All right, enough yakking. Oh, a couple things. I will yak a little bit more. Different from as pictured, this one didn't come with a pick guard, and it's not drilled for it, which is awesome, because I'm not going to put one on. I thought it didn't come with one. When I went to throw out the box, just as an afterthought, I'm like, I'll grab that cheap cable that comes with all these guitars. You know, it's not my nature. I just can't throw something like that in the trash. And I'm glad I checked, because there it is. The pick guard was in there. But again, not drilled for it. Never going to be drilled for it. I'm going to leave it off. The other thing I noticed was that it had a chrome jack plate, which honestly I would prefer the metal to this. These always crack. I remember getting in an argument with a guy. People argue anything on the internet about, I replaced one of these with a steel one, you know, gold, I think, or chrome. And he was giving me a bunch of crap about it, saying, well, I'd stick with the original. Like, they always break. It's like, how are you breaking them? It's like they break on the corners. Even if you don't, just from putting the input jack in and out, it's not going to break around here. And it's going to stress those corners, and they do break. Like, really? We need to argue about that stuff on the internet? But we can see together what lies beneath. All right, got this thing completely torn down. A couple things I wanted to check. Wanted to see if it had a maple cap, and believe it or not, it looks like it does. It's definitely a different species of wood. See that? Yeah, you can see that. A thick maple cap, and it goes down to a darker wood down there. I'm blown away. I would have bet this was made out of one piece of wood. Certainly would be cheaper that way. So making and selling these things so cheap. Well, we see the electronics, which are, I mean, just complete garbage. I mean, I'm going to throw these in the trash. I'm not even going to monkey around with them. They're going right in the trash. The pickups, you heard those on the sound demo. They were microphonic and just terrible. Composite, these are composite fingerboard. It's not, I don't believe it's real wood. This thing has small frets on it, like a Les Paul. Nicer than the pictures, cream binding, or cream look binding down the side here, where on the eBay auction it appeared very stark white. The tuners are fine. They're Grover-like tuners. The problem is, if I wanted to switch these out for regular Grovers, the Grover has a more perpendicular, straight up and down set screw. I don't think it would line up. I have some silver Grovers around here somewhere. I could check it, but if I'm going to use a locking tailpiece, then, or a fine-tuning tailpiece, then it's not really important. The tuners are made, you know, used for making gross fine-tuning adjustments only. Yeah, so, ooh, there's hair in there or something too. I don't know. I don't think that came from the bench. It's just not the right shape. That's not a Gibson shape. And they used Fender style pickguard screws. Not ideal. So I'm going to go with either some double cream DiMarzio looking pickups I've got from Guitar Madness. I think I may try some of those. With chrome pole pieces. Looking pretty good. I do have some really nice old DiMarzio Super 3s. Super 3? Super 2? Super 2. I got some really nice old DiMarzio Super 2s in Zebra that I could use. What do you guys think? Let's turn off that soldering iron. Oh, the reason I left that back in is I've got all new electronics on order for this. God, you can really see that when you're looking at just the holes, how badly they screwed that up. That's really a shame, because that's really not that hard to get right. And they, you know, to go to these efforts to make a guitar like this and then not, you know, just not get something like that that's so apparent, to not get that right, that's really, really a shame. And part of the reason I decided to use the fine-tuning tailpiece and not Floyd this is it actually sounded pretty good. It really rang like a bell when you played it. Sounded pretty good unplugged. You guys know, sign of a good guitar. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna run with it. I went in tune. It stayed in tune. Other than the microphonic pickups, sounded pretty good. So anyway, my friends, thank you so much for watching, for the teardown of the Aldo Nova Les Paul, the unboxing, the little bit of a sound demo, and the tearing down here of the Aldo Nova Les Paul. Lots more to come on this. Like I said, I'm pretty excited about this guitar to make this work. Yeah, again. So thank you so much for watching. I truly do appreciate your support. Please, if you're new to the channel, click subscribe. Tons of good stuff on there. I'm really trying to get one a week. Hasn't been working out as of lately, but one every week or every other week at the most. Give me that thumbs up. Really helps the channel. Helps the algorithm, so on and so forth. Hit me up in the comments. What do you think? The Zebra, the double cream. We're not putting covered pickups back in. Well, there's some just polishing compound in there. Even Gibson does that. Whole new harness, old school style harness on order. Cloth wiring, the whole thing. Nice Bourne's pots. It's gonna be really nice. All right. Truly appreciate the view, my friends. Thank you so much for your support. And yeah, let's rock it. Life is just a fantasy.